6 Minutes Season 5. The Season of Unknowingness. The final chapter of the 6 Minute sequel.
There are kids in this world who are different. Special.
One of them found us.
And became family.
But her time ran out. And now, that girl is missing.
In this episode, I'll be breaking down the latest episode, 6 Minutes Season 5, piece by piece. We're here today talking about episode 11 of 6 Minutes Season 5, and, I really enjoyed this episode. I thought there was a lot there, and, I just want to quickly say I'm loving the trajectory of Season 5. I feel like so many exciting things have already happened, and there's so many great storylines that have been set up, and, a couple of new ones are introduced in this episode, which we will dive into. Also, a lot of exciting Magnus things going on. Overall, this is a really great episode. I love how it's longer. And yeah, let's dive right into it.
Thanks.
Hey, come back! My sister doesn't really listen to instructions. I'll talk to her.
Good luck with that.
So...
Yep.
Gosh, I love this so much, and I also love, just seeing that rebellion from Birdie. It feels a lot like her, and, I love just whenever her character traits come back in a really strong and prolific way like this. I think Birdie has always just been such an amazing character, and I love how comfortable she is, and she feels more like herself in this season, dare I say. In season 3, we saw kind of that womanhood phase of Birdie to where she was trying to be stronger and really just prove herself, because of course she's the CEO of Whittier Corp, and she has a lot of people relying on her, but at the same time, it's exciting to see some of these old traits with her back and slightly older, but I feel like it works. It works really well. I also love the conflict between, Brynleigh and Cyrus and just how uncomfortable they are together, and they're not exactly sure what to say, and, there's just a wall dividing each other.
Then why are you laughing?
Because, you were at my house. I was at yours.
You saw the cabin?
It was unexpected.
Listen, Sinus.
And your dad. He told me about your mom. I'm sorry, Brynleigh.
Gosh, I love this so much, and, there's so much emotion packed into it, and, I can really feel for Brynleigh here, and just the fact that Cyrus and Brynleigh are already getting close, and, Cyrus is able to put away some of those negative feelings he has towards Brynleigh and just open up to her and, be able to be comfortable with her and, kind of say that, he's sorry for what she's going through, and, Brynleigh was about to say something kind of snarky, but then, Cyrus stopped her, and, just Joe Pasternak said in a previous episode, he appreciates Cyrus because he's kind and, he's not clout chasing and using her popularity against her. And so I love having Cyrus just be this such kind and amazing character to help her.
Wait. What were you doing outside Whittier Corp? When I left you, you said you were staying in for the night.
Is that really?
You were spying on me, weren't you? I'm your assignment.
Whittier Corp is my assignment.
And what are you trying to uncover?
We have reason to believe that whatever your employer is working on could be dangerous.
This conflict is very new in season 5 because we've always known Monica and James to be able to get along with each other and, just rely on each other, and they've kind of been since season 1. And so to have something like this to where, they're unsure about their relationship, I mean, it's so strong and so impactful. And Monica and James are, a great couple. They always have been. But it's interesting to see this such a strong divide between them. I also love Whittier Corp coming into the picture of we have this new storyline in season 5 where Whittier Corp's seen as this entity that is very evil and is doing a lot of bad things. And even, the military base kind of knows about it.
Together. Maybe then we can figure out what it is we lost. Do you want to do this? What do you say?
What do I say? Same thing I said standing before you in a church 20 years ago wearing a rented tuxedo. I do.
I do too, James. I do too.
Together, they can work together and they can resolve whatever this is. And I think it's interesting having this classic, with the adults this time, Anders, team up. And it works so well, and I love just, what James has to say about the tuxedo, and, it's kind of strange, but it works so well, and I definitely feel emotional hearing this, right? Because, James has always just loved Monica so much, and, it's carried through the entire show, and they just have such a strong relationship, so it's really exciting to have that back again, and just despite everything going on around them, they love each other, which is amazing.
I don't even get what this is about. What does Angelica Graves want with the Anders family?
Not our place to ask questions. We have a job to do. And thanks to your harmless little accident, you have a long night of training headed your way. Start warming up.
It's super clear to me that he still has a very strong connection with Whittier Corp. He looks up to the monarch, and there's just a strong relationship there, and nothing can really come between them. And he still has this weird hatred of the Anders family. And I also love hearing Casey's motives here, where she doesn't want to hurt Cyrus. And I think that's amazing because it adds up to season 1, right? We know that internal conflict that Casey faced in season 1 of not wanting to hurt Cyrus, but at the same time, it's her assignment. And so she's doing whatever she can to avoid that situation without messing up and doing the wrong thing.
Brynleigh, what's going on?
Cyrus, I've decided I'll work with you. Just tell me where we start, and no funny business.
It's a deal.
Listen, does the word holiday mean anything to you?
So I know it's not included in this clip, but basically Holiday is able to talk to Brynleigh and, get through to her like Jude. I really enjoy that, and it shows the strong connection that Brynleigh and Holiday still have. But, it's interesting to me just, Brynleigh's starting to slowly remember things like that, right? We remember that flashback she had in a previous episode of James outside of their house when Brynleigh's house had burned down. I just think that things will slowly come back until, she regains big memories in big parts of her life.
Dr. Whittier will be here in just a moment to explain things further.
Oh, did you say...
Now entering, Dr. Adelaide Whittier.
Hello, Monica.
It's kind of hinted at on Rewind that Dr. Whittier might be dead. I also think it'll be so interesting to see the place that Adelaide has in Whittier Corp, and I'm really excited. Thank you all so much for listening. If you enjoy the show, please leave a 5-star review. Until next time, this is Landon saying peace, love, and time travel.